If the biggest challenge to a nation isn't fought on a battlefield, but unfolds silently across its borders, no explosions, no breaking news every day, just a slow change that some believe could reshape demographics, strain public resources, and touch national security. Is this a genuine national concern, or is the debate often driven by political rhetoric? Today, we examine one of the most controversial issues in modern India. This is the story of illegal immigration, demographic change, and the debate over India's future. Chapter 1. A nation begins with its borders. Every independent country has one thing in common: it protects its borders. Whether it is the United States, Japan, Israel, Australia, or India, controlling who enters the country is considered a core function of a sovereign state. The issue becomes complicated when people cross borders without legal authorization. This discussion is not about any religion or any law for any citizen. It is about illegal immigration and what it could mean for national security, governance, and the rule of law. Chapter 2. Why this debate matters. India shares thousands of kilometers of international borders. Some areas are easier to secure than others. Over the years, governments, security agencies, and political parties have debated the scale and impact of illegal immigration, particularly in certain border regions. Supporters of stricter enforcement argue that if a country cannot identify who has entered and who is living within its borders, it becomes harder to maintain security and enforce of the law. Critics, however, caution that public debate should avoid exaggeration and rely on verified evidence rather than assumptions. Chapter 3. The National Security Question. Imagine trying to protect a nation when authorities cannot always distinguish between lawful residents and those who entered illegally. Security experts have raised the concerns that porous borders may be exploited by criminal networks involved in documentary forgery, human trafficking, smuggling, or other illegal activities. This does not mean every undocumented migrant poses a security threat, but from a national security perspective, governments often argue that identifying unauthorized entrants is essential because even a small number of bad actors can have serious consequences. Chapter 4. The Demographic Debate. This is where the discussion becomes especially controversial. Some political leaders and commentators argue that sustained illegal immigration can gradually influence the demographic composition of certain districts or border areas. Others respond that demographic change influenced in by many factors, including internal migration, urbanization, economic opportunity, and differences in birth rates. The reality is that population trends should be assessed using official census data, government statistics, and credible research, not rumors or viral social media posts. Understanding the evidence is essential before drawing conclusions. Chapter 5. Economic Impact. Every government works with finite resources: schools, hospitals, housing, public welfare. Some argue that large scale illegal immigration increases pressure on these services and may affect local labor markets. Others point out that migrants can also contribute economically through work and entrepreneurship. The impact varies by region and depends on the scale of migration, local conditions, and government policy. Chapter 6. politics and policy. Illegal immigration has become one of the India's most debated political issues. Supporters of measures such as stronger border management, improved documentation systems, and enforcement of immigration laws argue that these steps protect national sovereignty. Critics stress that implementation must respect constitutional protections, due process, and human rights. Policies related to citizenship and border management continue to generate intense political debate across the country. Chapter 7